Something that you told me stayed in my head all night long. You wanted me to love you when you said softly reach out and touch me. My love is in your hand. Feel the fire. Ooh. All right, y'all. Let me tell you something. Power. Season 3, episode 6. Episode is called The Right Decision. Once again, y'all, the episode started off kind of slow for me, and I was thinking this wasn't going to be as exciting as last week. Y'all know last week was off the chain. But let me tell y'all something. This week didn't disappoint again. Oh man, oh my. Come on, y'all. The producers, the actors, the directors, I mean, everybody is just like, they just putting a stamp on this. I mean, I love me some Empire, but Power? Come on, y'all. This show is just getting so good. Now, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not sure. However this is going to flow, I'm going to give you every detail that there is. But at the same token, I don't know what order I'm going to get it. I'm going to give it to you in. But it started off real slow for me. And I'm going to tell you, I want feedback this time. I want some comments back on this, because there's just certain things that just irk me about. There's just certain things that just irk me about all of this mess right here. I mean, but I love the episode, so I'm not sitting there saying this is dumb or this is stupid. And I also said, and from my last video with Basketball Wives, I'm gonna try not to curse. But y'all, I'm telling you, I'm getting so excited. When I get excited, I might be cursing and I don't even realize I'm cussing. Okay, so y'all just bear with me on that. And maybe we'll start that after this video, because I'm telling you right now, let's get started. So, Tommy's still fucked up in the head. He's fucked up in the head, and and Ghost takes him back home and say, get yourself together. We got some work to do. They already know they're gonna have to kill Lobos, and they're gonna work together. They brothers, and they back. And so Tommy calls over Tasha because they're gonna need her now. Because he's going to sit there and he's like, well, how you gonna get away from Angela or whatever? Ghost, my problem, I guess, where the feedback is, Ghost character almost to the point that how it ended, I wasn't sad. I was actually glad, but we'll get to the end later. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but Ghost just thinks everybody's supposed to go with his plan, and and he can handle it, and he can take care of this, and he can take care of that. But he's not including nobody in on what is going on, and then he's the only one that knows what his plan is. And I mean, you just cannot do that, Ghost. You cannot be as selfish as you are to think your life is supposed to go good, and that everybody else is just going to have to go on a wing and a prayer off of what your plan is. Your plan might not be the same as Tommy's. Your plan might not be the same as Tasha's and your kids. You have put yourself first. And that's the reason why you and Angela will never be happy. Because y'all's shit was built on a lie. On a total lie. This little back in high school 15, 16-year-old crush that you had on her, and y'all done ran into it. Come on now. I mean, that just shows how immature that you are, because you just gonna sit there and uproot your whole family, and then you gonna do these different things. And I'm like, I mean, if I see one more love scene with them where they sitting there fucking and shit, you know what? It's all fine and good in the beginning. But it makes me nauseous now when I see that, because number one, y'all are some bullshit. Fuck both of y'all. Fuck both of y'all. Y'all ain't shit. And why aren't you showing them fucking? I mean, come on now. You getting on? That's every week they saying them doing something, and I'm like, these niggas. what y'all just fucking and going through the thing because you don't trust each other. Y'all don't tell each other what's going on. You think that you sitting there protecting her. She thinks she's sitting there protecting you, and she's still trying to get her ahead in her job. And it's just a whole bunch of motherfucking shit with them, and it was getting on my damn nerves. But Tasha, being the ride or die bitch that she is, and she ain't doing it for him. She's doing it for just because that's her kid's father, and you know she ain't trying to see him in jail. So all her feelings aside, where I honestly truly believe Tasha's not in love with Ghost anymore. And if they was to play house or do whatever they doing or whatever, it's fine. But when she found, I mean, and I'm just getting a little ahead of myself right now because I kind of do want to go in order of how things happen. So y'all know after last week, Lobos is about to be transferred to another facility, and Mike, because he's crooked and works for Lobos, is trying to get them not to go the normal route of transporting him, but to do it with a van, go a different route, a van that's been already set up for, you know, transporting a highly classified or, you know, sensitive, person of the same degree as Lobos. Now, Knox already don't think that this is a good idea, but he can't say too much because his boss is sitting there saying, but he gave, I don't know who the black guy was, but whatever role that he played, who was actually handling the transport, he said, well, I gotta have somebody, a team that I really feel safe with, and I know that it'll be good. So he said, Knox, you don't have no problem with doing that, and Knox was like, no, I don't have no problem, I'll do it. But Mike and Angela, and see, and Angela right now, she's thinking, okay, Lobos is moving out, we get rid. See, y'all never gonna be happy. Y'all never gonna be happy because y'all shit was built on a lie, okay? But it was moving real slow. I mean, at this particular point in time, so they in the office, you know, trying to set up the route they're going to be taking and things like that. And I'm like, come on, y'all, what's really going on? I mean, it was moving a little bit slow. We already had the little scene with Angela and them fucking and shit, and I mean, it was getting on my nerves. But Ghost and Tommy's plan required Tasha. Now, when Tasha's trying to get in touch with Holly, now Tasha still don't know that Holly's dead. And I thought that when he said we need her or whatever, and she came up in there, she's like, "What's going on?" I thought that they was gonna fill her in that Holly was gone. So Tasha still doesn't know that Holly's gone, and she's like, she thinks that they fell out because she told him that she was pregnant. Tommy still doesn't know that she was pregnant. Now, when she told that to Ghost, because she was over there, she said, did he find out? Is this because she was, she told me he was pregnant? And so Ghost didn't know she was pregnant. So now once again, Ghost decides who he's going to tell what, when they can get it. He thinks he can control everything. Everything. And that's the part that I don't like about Ghost's character, because there's nobody out there for real. If you're in this life, that you think that you can just sit there and say, I'm out, and then you're going to just sit there and make everybody around you sit there and think that they're just supposed to get out too. You ain't even being sensitive. Just because you want to be this legitimate businessman, that's not him. We learned that from season 1. He didn't want to do that shit. Let me handle the street stuff. That's not him. And if that's how y'all want to handle it with y'all, your laundry shops or whatever, and do whatever, it was rolling like that, you could have still had the club. But you trying to force everybody to shut down around you because of this bitch that you ready to change your whole life for that bitch. And that, and Angela, you ain't no better either. Y'all just know better. You done messed up Knox's life. And now that he's back up in there, so when they're transporting, I already know. But see, I didn't realize that he had already told Tommy his plan. And I missed it. If I did, I didn't know. But I knew that Lobos was going to have somebody that was going to break him out. The moment that they got that van, and Mike thought, everything's clear, and she's like, and then once everybody left the room, I was like, it's finally done, and over with Lobos. And I'm sitting there saying, okay, the heat gear rate break out when that van's going out. And when Knox got up in there in the van, I said, oh, he's dead. I said, this is going to be Knox's last episode. Because I already knew that they were going to be ambushed some type of way. And I could tell the voice was Tommy's when he laid the strips down and the van came out and he went over. I could tell Tommy's voice, but I didn't know Ghost was over there. I was a little slow on that one. So before they even before I even get to that part, Ghost has to set up a storyline so that why he would not be at the house all night long with Angela. Once again, his whole plan has to be around trying to fool her. Trust. Y'all don't have nothing going on. So what do y'all expect? So he set something up with Miss Bassett about going to one of her hotels. And baby, that hotel, it was just like a little countryside. Oh, it was nice. It was a nice little spot for real. But he needed Tasha to go because right now, as far as she's concerned, if he's living with somebody else, got 3 kids over here, how's that going to make him look as far as doing business with him? So he still wants to put on the facade that, I didn't even say that right, put on the show that him and Tasha are still happily married. And Tasha just steps right on in the way she's supposed to. And she's like, you know what? Ghost, I'm always covering up your motherfucking goddamn shit. So she got the shower running up in there. Up in the hotel room while him and Tommy's out. And Miss Bassett come over there to sit there and make sure they made it in. So she, thank you. It's very nice. It's very nice. And she gave her a nice little room service tray with all the different stuff on it or whatever. And I was like, all right. She's doing what she's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? She's still playing that role. But so she goes and women sit there and said, she said, James is in the shower. Do you want me to have him call you? Play the role to the tail. I would have thought James was actually in the shower getting ready to go out. She went in and turned the water off. And then later on, she's laying in bed and she called and said, my husband needs his shoes shined. He's sleeping right now. Can you have it done in about 20 minutes? And so she goes into his bag to pull out his shoes. Well, she sees the separation papers. Now, you know what? I already said this before. Ghost, you're too confident in what your plans are. And they seem to be falling apart all the time. Because you think everybody, hold on, you think everybody is supposed to follow your beat and what your plan is. That's the problem. You don't think that you need to come up with a plan B, C, or D. You think because I'm Ghost or I'm James, I can be able to do this. Everybody can just go along with it. Oh, she told me she wouldn't do this or do that. Motherfucker, first of all, if y'all separate, half of everything that you motherfucking have she gets from that pre-note that she signed, what she was worried about. But because he didn't step out, then she can get half, at least, of everything. And I think Tasha's starting to get, that's what I said, I think Tasha's starting to get fed up with it because she actually signed the papers, y'all. She actually signed the papers. And when he came in at the end of the, almost towards the end of the episode, thinking everything was all good, she came out and she said, she talked about, what was going on. But y'all know, all the things goes right now, and I don't want to get ahead of the story. And that's one of my things. My mind be going boom, 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 boom. And that's because I be thinking about everything, and I hope I'm covering everything. And that's where I want to take my time. So, James, I'm going to call him Jay. Ghost is going to sit there and call his security guy and say, look, I appreciate what you and your man did for me. By saving my life and my son. He said, well, what did Irene say? He said he didn't even know what even happened. And he said, I appreciate you, but didn't I tell you not to follow me? And you know what? I'm sitting there saying, James, your ass would be 6 feet under Your son would have probably been fucked up because they would have shot into the fucking car too, because they ain't gonna leave no witnesses, and you gonna sit there and come at this man like this. I mean, the arrogance. The arrogance that you sit there and came at this man who saved your life. You should have him on payroll for the rest of his life, because he saved not just your life, because you could have been willing to die, but your son's life. And you gonna sit there and come at him like that? I said, well, what in the fucking type of bullshit is this? This man just thinks everybody's supposed to go how he has it pictured in his head, and I got this handled, and it's all a part of the plan. Man, your plans ain't worth shit. They ain't worth shit. I mean, I don't get you. I mean, what plan you got, man? Your whole life is upside down. You running around and doing this, and you trying to be professional, and you meeting up with the lady, and Tasha's just a gracious lady, because she came down there and she's like, I want a different car, and don't you dare think you gonna sleep in this motherfucker, because he thought he was gonna get on the other side of the bed with her. I don't think he was thinking they was gonna fuck, but she was like, nigga, please. You ain't getting up in here, and I ain't even riding home in the same car as you, so you better order me a different car. So, after he didn't told dude this, y'all, Lobos and them were going down the road. Tommy throws the strips across the little spike things, across the road. Van's coming down. He'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. We'll be coming around. And Lobos is in the back seat, putting his leg. He's like, He said something to him about, I know you wish you didn't have to be on this trip. He said, no, I requested it. And Lobos put his leg over top of. Yo, Lobos is a creepy type of dude. And when you see the real Lobos, I'll talk about that at the end, real, just for a quick second. But he put his leg over top of him, like, oh. And he lifted his shoe up and put it down on the floor, and they going, and next thing you know, they ran over the strips. And the van didn't, whoever was driving the van still kept a little steady thing, because he didn't go off the road and get all discombobulated or whatever, but those tires were done for. And they got out and started tearing the guards up. And I said, I already said Knox. I said Knox is dead, y'all. I mean, I sit there and I knew that. And when they shot him twice, and he couldn't even get no words out, I was like, oh no. I thought he might have a vest on, but his jacket didn't seem bulky like that. You know what I mean? They want me to look a little bulky, so I was like, well, I just thought he was dead or he was dying, and I didn't think that they was gonna get to him on time. So they all in the control room. And they listening to everything that's going on, and he's calling for backup and everything else, and everybody. And Angela was all upset. I mean, and you know what? And she's showing it like she's all concerned about Knox, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Okay, so but it was hitting Angela pretty hard, and you could tell everybody. But you know, Mike's eyes was like. Hold on. I'm not liking his acting right now, because last season, I guess I was just naive and I was just missing shit in that last episode. But you can tell from his. I mean, don't FBI and people in those positions know how to read somebody's demeanor and stuff? Because you can just look on his face when things are happening and see something ain't right. I can tell that he's crooked. I can tell Angela how she feels when something ain't right. I can tell by their bodies and their actions. So why doesn't nobody else peep these things? And this is what y'all do. How do y'all just get infiltrated like that? I don't even understand it. I don't. But it's a storyline, and we gotta go ahead and go along with it. So of course, Lobos is not thinking anything's up once they, kill all the people, all the guards or whatever, and shoot Knox or whatever, and put him in the car or whatever. He's thinking everything is everything. He got his man in the front seat, Tommy's driving, he in the back seat, and he's just thinking he's about. I'm free. I can spread my wings again. And the guy next to him said, was speaking in whatever language. Then tell this motherfucker to start speaking in English. And he said, "Where the fuck you going? Because this ain't a part of our plan." He said, "Man, I got to get on. I mean, we got to get from the bird in the sky, and we got." So he went underneath this bridge, and he's like, "This ain't a part of the plan." And whoop, he was gone. Ghost and shot him in the head, and it was like, "Well, that's different." And so Tommy takes up. Has the gun on him, and then Ghost comes over and they pull him out the car. And so once again they got this plan, and so they switch cars up, and they go, and they got this hole already dug up for him, already where they gonna put him at. And Lobo started talking the shit that he's talking about, like, "You think it dies with me? Shoot, I don't know what you gonna do with Angela, because her head's gonna be split." He's like, "Wait a minute, you gotta call and stop this. He's talking about killing Angela." Wait a minute, you know what? That's your fucking problem, Ghost. You let your motherfucking weakness come in, and that's the reason why you think your whole plan. No, nobody ain't gonna call nobody and call it off. How he gonna call somebody and he gonna have a gun up to his head saying, I'm all right. And he got this gun next to his head and not thinking that they're gonna still retaliate on your motherfucking goddamn girl. What do you think is going to happen, Ghost? Tommy has said, no, she should have been killed a long time ago. But you already know that we're gonna do this and we're gonna do. So they get to the hole, and he starts talking shit about well, first of all, he's talking shit about Holly, and Tommy was ready to just blow his head off and just go like, no, I mean, not right now, it's not time. So they get to the spot, and then the psychology that Lobo's talk about was like, look, they gonna come after your girl and all this other type of stuff, and they arguing about whether they were gonna do it right there. And Lobos goes, now I said, well, ain't this a motherfucking bitch? These two motherfuckers are gonna be arguing, turn their back on this motherfucker, let him just run the fuck away. And he wasn't that motherfucker goddamn fast that they could catch up with him. So it's now all dark and shit. And Lobos comes up behind Ghost and got his handcuffs on him and choking him, and then Ghost came back. So now they got what's the name? And so they tussling or whatever. And so he said, no, he got to be killed right now. So Ghost goes ahead and puts 2 shots into Lobos. He's dead. Now, if he's not dead, then that motherfucker is a bad motherfucker, because he done got past the stabbing. If he's not dead from them gunshots, then I don't know what else we're gonna sit there and say. But he's dead. So now Ghost has in his head, everything is gravy. Everything is gravy. We're finally free. Ghost, this game is not over just because you say that it's over. It never ends like that. It would be so simple if it could be that way. If everything goes our way and the way that we think it should go, that would be that would be cool. But nigga, you can't be in the game that you in and just thinking that you just gonna be able to get out of it. So they heading on back, and Tommy's still hurt. That and the fact of the matter is, when it comes to Holly, Ghost is very insensitive when it comes to Tommy and their relationship, and he tries to, I'm sorry about that, but he just doesn't take anything into consideration. He's still the same old Ghost. All about what he wants. All about what he wants. So he goes back to the office, and I guess he done called the security people over. And he was like, man, look, I'm no longer gonna need any of your services that that you're providing, because before they were supposed to take the detail off of him and just be on the club. He said, I don't think I need this. He said, well, I would think when a man saves, when someone saves, a man saves his life, someone's life and his son's life, that he would get more appreciation than that. Now, the cocky Cocky Ghost. Well, he's like, I don't think I asked for your opinion. I mean, and I don't have to explain myself to you. He said, you finally killed Lobos. I said, shit, goddamn, here it is, right motherfucking goddamn now, yes! Now all your planning, and this is a part of the plan, and all of this other type of stuff. He said, look, when y'all got Lobos all up in that jam, and he got all my product got confiscated, that's money that I lost. So, you don't think you knew you didn't even know who I was. You don't think I know all the parties? I don't know about your wife, your kids, your daughter, your girlfriend. And so basically, you gonna be working for me. So you need to call Tommy and tell him it's time to get back to work, because y'all have to make up for the money that I lost, and y'all are gonna be back on. You just didn't see this coming, but I'm knowing all angles. He said, you're Milan. And so he calls Tommy over, and once again, this is what I'm telling y'all. This is the part where, even during the good parts, I can't get what goes. Even when he comes through and him and Tommy came together to do this, it was all because that was something that was going to benefit Ghost. Ghost doesn't sit there and care about nobody but Ghost. Point blank, period. And it's sad. You cannot have, and then it just Ghost and Angela. And fuck his kids. Fuck Tyreek that's running away and talking to his to his grandmother, because now Tasha's not at home and nobody's there for no supervision. These are your kids, man. These are your kids. How do you just walk out on your kids? And you just think that you've got this whole plan and this is the way it's going to be and everybody's going to live happily ever after, and it's just, you can't you can't make other people feel how you feel. You cannot do that. And I think that is so wrong of him to expect that everybody's supposed to fall in line the way he has a thought. So now he's telling Tommy, well, we gotta sit there and kill him. Nigga, what you gonna kill everybody? You didn't even know the man that you hired for your security team is Milan, that you didn't even know that. So how can you even start to go kill him? And you don't know none of the players there. None of them. You have no idea who the players are with Milan. You don't. Milan don't care that Lobos is necessarily gone, because Lobos is starting to become a little mess. But you cannot control that. So what direction do you think you're going to go on this? And right now, and he's going to come to, he said, look, I wouldn't even want to wish on Angela what Milan would do to her. So y'all know what Ghost had to do. Ghost go over there. He come in looking like sad, like somebody he done lost his best friend or his child or something. And she's sitting there on her. Hi, Jamie, happy birthday. Well, to make this long story short, because this video is just getting a little bit too long. This moment is something that I have been waiting on. But the whole sad part, I'm not even going to get too hyped about it, because I already know it's not going to last. But he had to go in there and tell Angela, look, baby, I know that, I love you, I know, but I don't know if this is right, because if it's so right, why is it so hard for us to be happy together? And that's what I said. Even before he said what he said, I've been saying that y'all ain't gonna never be happy because of the way that y'all did it. If y'all wouldn't have done it that way, and it would have been up and up, and you and Tasha was already separated, and you ran into her, then that would be a different story. But you did this shit sneaking, and that's just not the way it's going. You're not gonna ever be happy. And if you, so don't even really, honestly and truly, unless you come out and tell Angela why, y'all are not going to be together, because she's not going to be able to get from underneath this, because now she didn't get ready to hit the motherfucking fan. This season, this is episode 6. And I don't know if we're going to have 11 or 12, or I wish it would be a longer season than that. But shit is really getting to the point where it's getting good. So I don't know. I mean, now they get ready to get back into the hustle part of it, because he knows he's going to have to come out of retirement, and he would not be able to do what he's going to have to do for Milan and put everything on Tommy. And y'all, Kanan is back in town, y'all. We don't even know where he's going to come into the whole place. Shit is getting ready to pop off. I mean, when I sit there saying shit is about to pop off, it is about to pop off. I am so glad that I watched this whole episode, because I was like getting ready to start fast. I mean, when I got to that porno little scene that they have, and I like come on now. I mean, I'm a freak, and I ain't gonna lie that I'm a freak. I like all that type of stuff and bodies and stuff. But if it wasn't with them two, and when I see them two doing it, it makes me nauseous, because y'all don't care about nobody around y'all, nobody, and y'all haven't gotten to the point where y'all don't know that y'all not gonna ever be happy, because y'all went about it all wrong. No, so that's basically it, y'all. I mean, you check it out. These last two, I mean, if you haven't seen episode 5, see episode 5. See episode 6. Look at the previews for 7, because it just seems like it's not going to stop. It's going and going and going. And Kanan's Geary pop up in somewhere. I know he's about to be in there. So it's about to be a whole bunch of shit that's getting ready to happen and pop off. But it's still good. It wasn't like it was a flop this weekend. I mean this week. And I'm very pleased with the writing, the way that it's going. But I didn't say this. I almost missed this part. I told y'all, I just knew Knox was dead, right? Well, Knox pops up in there. See, Angela's eyes got just as big. And now that she knows that he's okay, and Knox keeps on saying, it's somebody on the inside. It's somebody. And Mike trying to, don't necessarily go that direction. Don't necessarily go that. Go that far. We ain't gonna jump to no conclusions. Nothing like that. But Mike, Knox knows. Greg knows that it was somebody on this, because they knew exact spot where the van was gonna be, and it was supposed to have the special route and all this stuff. It had to come from somebody on the inside. And and it's gonna actually boil down onto this motherfucking bitch is gonna be in the hot seat now, and she needs to be in the hot seat. But anyway, y'all, check out, and I'm not gonna do no reviews on it, VH1 Live. It comes on after Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and it came on after Basketball Wives. I actually like that show. I like the guests that because today they had on all the power. Had Tommy, Ghost, and Lobos on there, and they had Omari. April Jones on there. Amaria's, but them split. She split up with Amaria, but they be having some good people. Cast members and stuff from the shows, and I didn't know that. So Lobos might not be dead, y'all, because he was on the show, and if he got killed off this episode, and they just interviewed him, he was talking about his character and stuff. If he's done, then maybe, I don't know why he would have been on there but anyway, because he was a different person. Tomorrow for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Peace out. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I need to hear from y'all on this show. This show is too good, y'all. We got to have some dialogue on my page. All right, peace.